Today I am going to show you how to work an increase stitch when you are working with the Tunisian knit stitch. The Tunisian knit stitch is a basic Tunisian crochet stitch, and right here I've worked my foundation row, and now I am going to work a basic row of Tunisian knit stitch. So you skip the first vertical bar. We're going to go in through this stitch and out the back, grab our yarn and come back up. Find the next set of vertical bars right there. We're going to go in between the front and the back loop, insert a hook, grab our yarn and pull it back through. And that is the Tunisian knit stitch. So I'm going to work that across the end of the row to show you how to work a basic row. So in between your next stitch, the front and the back loop, you're going to go in between them, come out the back, grab your yarn, come back up. So we will work that across to the end. And then we come to our very last stitch here. And we work our end stitch, which means we just go in the front and the back loop of the vertical bars there. Grab it, come back up. And now for a return pass, the first one you go through just one loop. So grab some yarn, just go through one loop. And then from there on you grab a loop of yarn and go through two loops all the way to the back. Whoops, that was 3. And now we have one row of Tunisian knit stitch. Now your pattern will tell you when to increase. It may say to work so many knit stitches, Tunisian knit stitches, and then work an increase. It may say to increase at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. So for on my Tunisian knit stitch sock crochet pattern, then we increase at the beginning, work our Tunisian knit stitches, increase at the end, and then work our end row. So I'm going to show you how that's done. So we always skip our first vertical bars here. We are going to work that increase right in this stitch right here, just kind of like your crochet stitches. Then we're going to work our Tunisian knit stitches in our vertical bars all the way to the end. Then we're going to work our last Tunisian knit stitch. We are going to put our increase in this stitch right here. Then we will work our end stitch in our last stitch down here. So to do your increase stitch, you're going to just find the front and the back loops right through here. There's the front loop. See if I can show you the back loop. And it really doesn't matter, just pick up 2 so you don't have a hole. If you pick up just 1, you end up having a hole. There's your next stitch right there. So now we've gone into 2. Whoops. We grabbed some yarn and came back through, but let me see if I can show you again. So bring your loop through 2 of them so you don't have a hole. Grab your yarn, bring it through and come back up all the way up. Now you've increased because you now have an extra stitch. Now we're going to go into this one and work our Tunisian knit stitches all the way across. And we did our very last stitch. We have our end stitch, but we are going to work our increase in that stitch right there. So we are going to go in the front, through to the back, grab some yarn, pull it up. And it's hard. There we go. Now we have an extra one. Then we're going to work our end stitch so we have nice solid ends. And then now we've increased by 1 here and 1 there. Then we would work our return pass as we normally do. So that is how you work an increase on a Tunisian knit stitch. It would be the same no matter what Tunisian stitch you're using. The way that you increase is the same.